Virginia. If you don't live here, have you ever wondered what it would be like to live in this truly unique state? Well, wonder no further, because in this video, I'm going to take you on a journey through Virginia's 8 demographic regions. Each region has its own unique character and its own culture and its own charm, and whether you're into bustling cities or stunning natural landscapes or rich history or ocean beaches, Virginia has it all. So hang around until the end of the video, and throughout the video in those 8 regions, I'm going to tell you about region number 1, where I used to live, region number 4, where I live now, and by the way, it's the best region. And I'm going to finish up by telling you about a wonderful family memory from region number 8. And we're going to go ahead and get after it right now. Hi, my name's Stephen, and along with my wife Leslie, as local real estate agents here in Virginia's beautiful mountains and valleys, we help people all the time buy and sell homes here in Virginia. And we absolutely love to do that. So, if that's you, if you're looking to buy a home or sell a home, call us, text us, email us, and we'll be happy to help you out too. We'd also love it if you'd click that subscribe button and touch that bell icon, which helps our channel reach other people just like you. And it also lets you know whenever we have a new video come out. So, what's it like to live in Virginia? Well, while Virginia can be divided up into many different ways, I've chosen to divide it up demographically using the University of Virginia's Weldon Cooper Center Public Service demographic map that they've published. It's a great map, and this gives us a way to break up Virginia. But now I'm going to tell you a little bit while I'm doing that about the people, the activities, the economies, the history, some places to visit and some things to do, as well as some of the cons of each region as well. So let's start with region number 1, Northern Virginia, or NOVA. Northern Virginia is unlike any other area here in Virginia. It's right next to Washington, D.C., which gives it a vibrant urban feel while extending out into the suburbs. The region has a really rich diversity, with over 30% of the population being immigrants, which brings in flavors and cultures from all around the world. Now, the growth in this area has been explosive. It's seen a population increase of around about 74% since 1990. And trust me, having lived in its suburbs from the late 80s all the way through to the 90s, there are parts of it that are really hard to recognize today as a result of the changes that have taken place over the years. So, if you're looking for a place where cultures collide and create a dynamic community, Northern Virginia is definitely the way you should go. Now, as you might expect, the economy here is robust and it's thriving. It's fueled mainly by its proximity to the federal government. It's home to the Pentagon and other significant institutions. And while living there, you'll meet people and you'll work with people who have worked in the White House or in the Capitol or perhaps one of the multiple buildings of the Smithsonian Institution. Just like I said, just a few places that you'll meet people that work in those places. Now, while there's a plethora of government jobs in the area, the tech sector is another business in the area that employs thousands of people. I mean, it's booming with companies like Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google, and Meta. Any of those sound familiar? Yeah, and with all those companies, it's no surprise that Northern Virginia is home to over 275 data centers. As a matter of fact, more than 70% of the world's internet traffic goes through the 6-square-mile facility Data Center Alley in Loudoun County. Now, when it comes to median household incomes, it hovers around the $120,000 mark. I mean, this is a region where people make good money, and the thing about it is, you'll need it in order to even come close to being able to live there. But it's not all work. Northern Virginia offers beautiful parks and many historic sites, and like most all of Virginia. And you can take a stroll along the scenic trails in places like Great Falls Park, where you can unwind and reconnect with nature. You can drive up one of my favorite roads right along the Potomac River, the George Washington Parkway, or you could bicycle up there as well on the edge of the parkway on the 18-mile-long Mount Vernon Trail. And let's not forget the history. Like I said earlier, the Mount Vernon Trail ends at the home of George Washington, which is, of course, Mount Vernon, which is but one of the many attractions in this historically packed area, which also includes multiple Civil War landmarks and tons of other history. Now, there are several cons when it comes to living in Nova. Two of the most common are traffic and cost of living, with the major factor being the cost of housing. And in general, the further away you live from Washington, D.C., the more affordable homes become. But you'll also have a longer commute, which can often mean bumper-to-bumper traffic and long commute times. Now, even though the average salary in the area may be around that $120,000 a year mark, depending on where your home is, you'll pay anywhere between about $500,000 and well into the millions of dollars just for a home. So, while Northern Virginia is an exciting area in which to be, and it offers activities, amenities, and opportunities in more so than in any other place in the state, the urban and robust lifestyle doesn't come without a price. Next on the list is the number 2 region, the Richmond area. Now, have I mentioned that Virginia is full of history? Well, Richmond, the capital of Virginia, I mean, it's an absolute treasure trove of American history as well. From our darkest time in American history, when Richmond served as the capital for the Confederacy during the Civil War, to its thriving art scene today, I mean, Richmond is steeped in stories. Whether you're walking through Shockoe Slip with all of its Southern comfort food restaurants, its barbecue joints, its gastropubs, tap rooms that can be found in warehouses and in the many alleys of the area, or whether you're visiting the state capitol, you will be transported back in time and surrounded by a history that presents a blend of historical significance and modern charm. The cultural scene here is vibrant, with numerous museums, art galleries, and performance spaces. Now, the Virginia Museum of Fine Art is a must visit, and if you go while you're there, you'll have the opportunity to view over 40,000 works of art, which include the largest public collection of Fabergé outside Russia. With the exception of Paris itself, the museum is also home to the most impressive collection of Art Nouveau, and yes, there's plenty of American art there too. Now, while in the Richmond area, you can also visit the Science Museum. Been there multiple times, and it's a blast, especially for kids, or big kids too. You can also visit the American Civil War Museum, the Children's Museum of Richmond, and if you're really looking to take a walk on the wild side, just go about 20 minutes north and ride all the rides at King's Dominion Amusement Park. Now, Richmond also has plenty of parks, and the entire area is really great for outdoor enthusiasts. The James River is perfect for kayaking, fishing, or just chilling by the water. There are also multiple festivals throughout the year, with the Richmond Folk Festival bringing in thousands to celebrate music and culture there in the area. Additionally, outside of Richmond, it provides some amazing living opportunities and recreational opportunities as well. Just northwest of Richmond, there's Lake Anna, which is an incredibly popular place for boating, skiing, and fishing. It's been a few years, but I had lots of fun skiing on Lake Anna back in the day. Now, there are a couple cons about living near the Richmond area, and those are climate and crime. Now, Central Virginia, while certainly not the hottest place in the eastern seaboard, is known for its heat and humidity throughout the summer. But that also means you have very mild winters. Additionally, according to richmondregional.org, crimes in Richmond are 114% higher than Virginia's average and 59% higher than the national average. Now, like any city, there are areas that are safer than others, and there really are many fantastic neighborhoods that are in and around Richmond. Now, let's talk about the Hampton Roads, or the Tidewater region of Virginia. This coastal region is defined by its breathtaking beaches and sprawling wetlands. Virginia Beach is a really popular spot, especially during the summer when tourists flock to this coastal city and many of the other coastal towns for sand, sun, and surf, right? The Chesapeake Bay is a huge part of the area and provides multiple recreational opportunities as well. Now, like most of Virginia, the Tidewater area just isn't about beaches though. It is steeped in history, and this is where our first permanent English settlement in America, Jamestown, was established in 1607. You can take a walk through history there at Colonial Williamsburg as well, which is It is a living, immersive history museum. And it makes you feel like you're stepping back into colonial times. It really is an amazing place to visit. And you can walk through the town for free, but you won't have access to most of the structures and areas within the village there. So if you live within a couple of hours and you're a history buff, you're better off getting the annual pass, which allows you to access most every place and every event throughout the year. I know that one of Leslie's and my favorite is the Grand Illumination, which takes place on certain weekends in December of each year. Additionally, Yorktown is just down the road, which is where British General Cornwallis surrendered to American General George Washington in 1781 to end the American Revolutionary War. And if you've seen enough of Virginia's history, thousands of people enjoy Busch Gardens Amusement Park in Williamsburg, or you can also visit the Virginia Aquarium in Virginia Beach, and you can discover the local marine life. And if you like shopping, you'll love the many factory outlet malls that are around the Williamsburg area. Now, economically, the Tidewater is significant with an emphasis on shipping and the military. Norfolk Naval Base is the largest naval base in the world there, and it provides countless jobs and plays a key role in the local economy. Additionally, there are multiple healthcare facilities and technology companies employ thousands of people in the area. And of course, the area supports what? A thriving tourism industry as well, right? Providing various roles in hospitality, retail, and the service sectors as well. Now, one of the cons of living in the Tidewater area can also be traffic congestion, particularly during peak hours and during tourist seasons. Major roadways really often experience bottlenecks, which leads to a frustrating commute times for its residents and visitors alike. I mean, just try getting through the Chesapeake Tunnel at rush hour or getting to Virginia Beach on a Friday night in the summer. Those of you who live there or live here in Virginia know exactly what I mean. Now, additionally, some of the area can be susceptible to flooding, especially when hurricanes or nor'easters come up the coast. So just make sure you buy a home that you don't live in a low-lying area. Moving to the number 4 region, the Shenandoah Valley, the best area. Now, when you come here, prepare to be captivated by stunning landscapes and an incredibly peaceful environment. Shenandoah Valley is nestled between the Blue Ridge and the Allegheny Mountains, and the valley is a paradise for nature lovers. It offers a ton of outdoor activities, from hiking the Appalachian Trail to exploring the expansive Shenandoah National Park. You can also fish and kayaks its many rivers and streams, as well as you can cycle all throughout the country roads and through the small cities here in the valley as well. There are also multiple caves to explore and multiple wineries and breweries that you can visit. Trust me, the valley is one of the most unique valleys in the entire country, and you really don't understand it all until you've lived here, or at least until you've visited. Now, the region also has been known for its agriculture. The fertile land provides an abundance of local produce, and it makes it a hot spot for farm-to-table restaurants. Got a lot of them here in the area. And visiting local farmers markets is a great way to engage with the community and get those fresh tastes of Virginia. There's a large Mennonite presence in the valley's hills and rills that farm, but they also tend to the many sheep and cattle that just dot the countryside, which just give it such a serene and really a pastoral feel. Now, culturally, the valley celebrates its rich history with festivals as well and events throughout the year, infusing life into small towns and cities like Harrisonburg and Stanton, where you can enjoy local theater and local arts. And while local participants make up much of the theater and arts of the area, it's not just limited to locals. For example, each year, Mary Baldwin University plays host to the Heifetz Summer Music Festival, where outstanding string players literally from all over the world descend upon the city of Stanton to participate in 2 weeks of amazing performances. I had a chance to catch up with the Heifetz president and CEO, Benjamin Rowe, last year, where he shared with me a little bit about this wonderful program. And you can watch that short interview in this video here, and here's a couple more videos about the amazing art scene just in the city of Stanton. I mentioned festivals, If you like going to festivals, you'll love festivals like Dayton Days and Elkton Days, where you'll find local vendors displaying their crafts and their wares. And additionally, there are multiple musical festivals throughout the Shenandoah Valley, like the Red Wing Roots Music Festival and Rock the Ridge, along with the weekly smaller entertainment venues at the many wineries and many breweries here in the area. Now, one of the cons of living in the valley is that things are more spread out, and you might find yourself traveling 30 to 45 minutes to get somewhere that you'd like to be. Now, with that being said, the cities of Winchester and Harrisonburg, Stanton, Waynesboro, Lexington, Roanoke, they all have sufficient shopping and dining options. But, for example, if you want to go to a Best Buy store, you'll only find those in Winchester, Harrisonburg, and Roanoke. So, if you live in Stanton, you'll need to travel about 30 minutes north to get to one. Additionally, if you're looking for high-end department stores like Gucci and Louis Vuitton and restaurants like Texas Day Brazil and Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, you'll have to travel to the larger urban areas in the state like Richmond and Northern Virginia. But, I mean, of course, that's the type of travel that would be necessary anywhere, as those types of businesses tend to only be found in the larger metropolitan areas anyway. Now let's move to Southwest Virginia. This region is a unique area that probably identifies more closely with West Virginia and Tennessee, as it showcases the beauty and challenges of the Appalachian region. Known for its rustic charm and tight-knit communities, this area has stunning mountain views and rich cultural traditions. The region is particularly famous for its being the birthplace of mountain music. This area of the state is home of the genre's 330-mile Crooked Road, which links its musical heritage venues, weaving between folk dances and fiddle shops and barnhouse jams as you travel through the mist-shrouded peaks of the Blue Ridge Mountains. You'll find multiple towns along the way like Floyd and Abington and Galax that have special musical events, museums, and attractions that you can visit. Now, if you love hiking, like much of the western part of Virginia, the trails here are breathtaking. Exploring places like the McAfee Knob will give you views you will not forget. As a matter of fact, it's one of the most photographed locations along the entire Appalachian Trail, and as you can see here in this picture, you can understand why. Now, there are also plenty of opportunities for fishing and camping, making it ideal for those who love the great outdoors. Economically, Southwest Virginia has faced challenges, especially after the decline of coal mining. However, there's a shift toward renewable energy and tourism that is bringing new life to the economy. Now, as you might expect from what I just said, one of the cons in the southwest area of Virginia is limited job opportunities due to its reliance on traditional industries. This economic shift often results in higher unemployment rates and less job security for residents. Average annual salaries of Southwest Virginia residents are around 1/3 less than Virginia's overall average, with many jobs categorized as low wage, meaning they don't meet survival budget for families. Additionally, access to health care facilities is also a concern, as rural areas within Southwest Virginia may lack specialized medical services. Residents often have to travel considerable distances to receive adequate health care, and of course that poses challenges for those with urgent medical needs. Next on the list is Southside Virginia. Many people associate this region of Virginia with its most well-known cash crop, tobacco. Even today, tobacco is grown in the southern area of Virginia, although North Carolina and Kentucky dwarf Virginia's tobacco production. However, while tobacco is still grown in the area, multiple other crops abound as well. Southside Virginia is also characterized by its strong sense of community and rich agricultural landscape. Towns such as Danville, Emporia, and South Boston are really known for their hospitality and also their traditions. There's really a unique mix of Southern charm and cultural pride here in the Southside region. Now, this region also has deep historical roots, particularly in the context of the Civil War and tobacco production, which historically shaped the economy. However, as the economy has transitioned, Southside has begun to diversify into other areas like manufacturing and logistics. Now, the Southside is also a vibrant place with cultural festivals that celebrate everything from local arts to food. And for example, you can visit during Danville Heritage Festival and you can immerse yourself in the rich traditions of the Danville area. Now, there's multiple state parks and recreational opportunities here as well. One of those is on the Virginia-North Carolina border where the Roanoke River forms Kerr Lake. Similar to Lake Anna in the Richmond area, Kerr Lake offers fishing, skiing, camping, and many other lake-related activities for the people of both Virginia and North Carolina. One of the cons of living in Southside Virginia is that the region is subject to economic difficulties due to the decline in traditional industries such as textiles and tobacco. This decline can lead to limited job opportunities and lower wages, making financial stability a concern for many of the residents in the area. Another con is that residents also have limited access to essential services such as healthcare. So, our next region, from Culpeper down past Lynchburg, Central Virginia has a diverse landscape and activities. Located between the Blue Ridge Mountains to the west and the coastal lowlands to the east, it encompasses significant waterways, including parts of the James and the Rappahannock rivers. The Piedmont area of Virginia is also known for its vineyard tours and scenic routes, particularly along the Blue Ridge Wine Trail. It allows you to just enjoy the region's delightful wines, and you get some pretty breathtaking views while you're there. Now, with Charlottesville at its heart, it is the town of Charlottesville, the city of Charlottesville, is an educational powerhouse, thanks mostly to the University of Virginia. This region is bustling with innovation and research, making it a hotbed for startups and tech companies as well. The University of Virginia Hospital is an amazing award-winning hospital that is renowned for its treatment for residents not only in the Charlottesville area, but also much further away as well. Additionally, Liberty University in Lynchburg is one of the largest online colleges in the United States. There are over 450 courses of the university's 700 courses that can be accessed by online students. Lynchburg, like Charlottesville, may be at the foot of the mountains, but this area has a strong educational footprint in the state. You know, Leslie and I, we help folks all the time in and around the Charlottesville area who are looking to buy homes, and it's, like I say, it's a vibrant place to live in. Additionally, Central Virginia has its own particular brand of culture as well. Charlottesville is home to Monticello, the estate of Thomas Jefferson, which really, it's essential to understanding American history, or at least it gives you a better viewpoint of it. Walking through this area, you can feel the weight of that history. You can also, when you visit Monticello, it's a must while you're there visiting in Central Virginia area, that you also go ahead and don't forget about James Madison's home, Montpelier, and James Monroe's home, Highland, both of which are within 30 minutes of Charlottesville. Additionally, you can visit Appomattox Courthouse, where Lee surrendered to Grant to end the Civil War in 1865. It really is a great day trip, and you'll learn all about how the McLean House, where the surrender took place, how it was disassembled to be moved to the World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago in 1893. Eventually, however, all the pieces were returned to Appomattox Courthouse, and this landmark was reassembled brick by brick in 1950, and it was later updated in 1998. There's also tons of recreational opportunities in this area, which is where most of Virginia's rivers begin their journey from the mountains down to the coast. Charlottesville is especially full of activities throughout the year, and its downtown mall is an amazing place to spend a day with all of its restaurants and shops and theaters and other features. Take a look at this video to find out more about the downtown mall. One of the cons, though, of living in Central Virginia is that it has a relatively high cost of living compared to other areas in the state, particularly when it comes to housing, and mainly in the Charlottesville area. Now, this can present challenges for families or individuals working within tighter budgets, making financial planning an essential thing for you to do. Now, not all areas are this way. For example, Lynchburg is a much more affordable area, and like Northern Virginia, though, around Charlottesville, prices tend to decrease the further away you go from Charlottesville. Finally, we come to region number 8, the Eastern Shore. Now, this coastal Tidewater area is a tranquil region that is best defined by its small towns, farmland, and its coastal beauty. And with that natural rural landscape and with its serene beaches, it's just perfect for those who want to escape from all the hustle and bustle of life. Now, the Eastern Shore has that beautiful natural seaside, and the Chesapeake Bay has an amazing area around it as well. And this area is where, I told you at the beginning of the video, where one of my most beloved family memories comes from this region. And that took place at the Shenandoah National Wildlife Refuge, which is famous for its wild ponies and bird watching opportunities. Now, every year, a week-long event that can be traced all the way back to the 1700s takes place in Shenandoah. Saltwater cowboys gather the wild ponies that live on Assateague Island and swim them across the channel to Shenandoah Island. The ponies are paraded through town and corralled and auctioned off the next day in order to provide funds to the local fire department, which in turn uses the money to fund veterinary care for the wild ponies. This event was made famous in Marguerite Henry's award-winning book, Misty of Shenandoah, and it was one of Leslie's favorite books when she was a girl. And it really was an amazing day for our family to experience it firsthand. We had our two little girls who stood on the beach with the wild ponies, and just being there to see them swim across the channel on Pony Penning Day. I mean, if you haven't gone, plan ahead because it really does get crowded. But if you've got children that love horses, it's a memory you will never forget. Now, let's not forget about the food. The Eastern Shore is renowned for its fresh seafood, especially crabs and oysters. If you're a seafood lover, you definitely won't want to pass up the chance to visit the local seafood markets and indulge in all the area's culinary offerings. One of the cons, however, of living on the Eastern Shore is a scarcity of housing. Now, despite having numerous vacant residential units, only a small percentage are available for sale or rent, making it difficult for residents to secure affordable housing options. Now, limited housing also brings limited job opportunities because many local employers aren't able to fill positions due to people not being able to move into the area. And that's because of that lack of affordable housing. And that also contributes greatly to the economic instability, really, of that area. So, what do you think? What is your favorite part of Virginia? Comment down below and let me know. Let me know why it's your favorite part. But if you're not from Virginia, as you can see, Virginia has so much diversity within its regions. It really is just a tapestry, if you will, of rich cultures and stunning landscapes and dynamic communities. I mean, from the historic streets of Richmond to the serene shores of the Eastern Shore to the mountains and valleys in the West, each region really tells its own story and offers a little bit of something for everyone. So, whether you're thinking of visiting or considering a move to Virginia, Virginia is a place that truly welcomes you with open arms. And if you are thinking about moving to Virginia or you live here in Virginia, Leslie and I sell homes mostly here in the Shenandoah Valley and central regions of Virginia, and we'd be happy to help. But maybe you're not moving to one of those areas. We can still help connect you with an agent anywhere in the state, as we work with agents from all 8 regions to help people be where they want to be in Virginia. So just call us, text us, or email us, and we will be happy to help. So I hope this journey through Virginia's 8 unique regions inspires you to explore and to appreciate all of the beauty that our wonderful state has to offer. But until next time, I'll see you around town.